Here's my vlog for the 15th or something, 16th of May. I need to, oh man, I kind of can't think. Maybe I'm kind of high. I'm going to go to the store right after this video and get an energy drink. I have like $2.50 of change. Can't find my wallet because I think my ferret stole it. Like the other night before last, I think I came to bed here. I was laying in bed and grabbed the wallet and looked in it to see how much money I had. Money I had to buy weed, and then I put it down, I think on the ground or something. This is just what I'm thinking. It was after this night that I got an energy drink, so it's not. I knew that I had it, and yeah, I remember seeing the wallet, and then get up the next morning and there's no wallet, and so I think the ferrets grabbed it and drug it somewhere. So I haven't found that yet. Yesterday I went to Southern Sun with my mom and a friend, and yeah, because it was Mother's Day, and she even paid for it, and her invite and nachos. I had a beer, and they got wings, but at one point I got really nauseous and almost threw up. And then at the end I kind of wanted to have another beer, but yeah, we already paid it. But yeah, I got really nauseous, I think because I'm just so out of shape. But then came back here and yeah, got my energy drink for $1.30 with change, and I have more change. I got like $5.30, so I'll get energy drink and then maybe like a bag of candy. I had a protein drink and a banana so far today for food. I think I had some tomato soup for dinner last night, but I can't remember. So the work that I'm doing on the site, I had to build the millions, and then it filled up, and I took away the big tape files, except for the big one. And that relieves a lot, but yeah, so I put the links, the icons of the millions, of 200 million on there, and I think I like how it looks. I'll go look at it again, but no complaints. I think it looks good. And then there was another 1 to 100,000. That's 2 o'clock. I built one that's more real, that you can use as an icon, that goes from 1 to 100,000. But I wanted to build another one that's kind of like big icons, because you can even see the red for the 10 people in the icon. It's pretty cool, I think. Yeah. So yeah, build those. I wanted to add them on the UN page of UN countries page of my education page, but I'm missing so many, so I have to go in there and make sure that I have all of them. And I also missed, because this morning I got up, and because I kind of was working all night and then passed out, and then I got up this morning because I couldn't drag anything over to the external hard drive because it filled up, and my computer filled up, and so I couldn't do any more work. So that's was like, all right, fuck it, I'll go to sleep. So then I got up this morning, I liberated a bunch of space, but then I couldn't find all of these files that I made, 100 to 50 of them, 100 to 49 of them. I think it's 90 to 49 are just gone. So I'm gonna go and look around everywhere and make sure. I don't know why they're gone. Maybe I accidentally deleted them when I was halfway awake last night. Whatever I did, it happened last night. It wasn't today. So if that's the truth, that's gonna take, holy shit, half the day to rebuild. That's not a good thing to happen. That's kind of catastrophic, because to build 100 to 50, it just takes forever. It spins around, but it's not as bad as, I guess, those bigger ones I was doing. So I'll just have to rebuild it. and then put it up, but you can see 1 to 50 of that one. There's 2 across, and then I'll go and build that, and then I can't, I'm up trying to upload them, the links for them for Flickr, but Flickr won't upload. Like, I tried to upload 51 of them, and it only wanted to upload 6 because the others timed out, and then out of those 6 that it's trying to upload, it's only like 20th of the way through for the last hour. So there's something going on with my internet, which I do notice because I use the internet so goddamn much. I can tell like when there's fast internet and when there's slow internet. Usually the internet gets really slow at like 4 in the morning, and sometimes it gets really slow. But this is like ridiculous. I can see YouTube videos fine, so I don't know what the problem while it's not uploading. Maybe it's the server, Flickr server. I don't know, but I hope it doesn't time out, or I hope it's fixed. It's good to go like for tomorrow, so I can do the links, or by the time I'm done, you know. If the Armageddon comes, I want it to happen the day after I finish my website, because the computer internet connection is going to be too slow for me to upload the files that I need to if it happens too soon. So Putin, hold off on that nuclear weapon that you're going to drop. Yeah, that's what I'm up to. So after I do this video, I'm gonna go to the store. I need the exercise. I'm gonna go and get an energy drink and some candy. I was talking to my mom this morning, and she was in like a really bad mood because I'm asking her to sell my car radio, and she's not a computer person. And so she's having to figure out all this stuff up and pricing and everything herself. And she's 81, and it's just too much to ask an 81-year-old. Too many thoughts. So she's in a rotten mood, but she's not making me help her. So she's a really good sport. I give her A+. But and at this point, I don't even give a shit if she sells it. I just don't want to think about it. I'd rather owe $8,000 and not think about it than have to sell crap online. I just no. I don't have the time for any of that. So luckily she's going to do it, but she was in a rotten mood, and so she's like, I'm too tired. I don't want you to come over. We're not going to do a walk or a bike ride today, which we almost never don't come over for a bike ride or walk. But I guess my brother was going to go over there too. She was going to talk to him about stuff, and so so she was in a rotten mood, and so I was like, let me push her buttons. I go, hey, can I tell you the thing that I wanted to do that I forgot yesterday? And it's true, I did want to tell her yesterday. She's like, all right. And so I go, yeah, I'm gonna build a webpage. And I think I was just describing this yesterday, where you can tell as an individual dot on the webpage, and it's one webpage, every single person on the entire planet on one webpage as a dot, represented in their country. And she went crazy. Started screaming and yelling at me, telling me I need to stop, and then said she's going to get me therapy. And she's serious too. She's probably going to call a therapist. So, and try to get me to go to a therapist, because to see if she could get the therapist to talk me out of working on my website because it's stupid. Because, oh yeah, she was telling me that it's now my website starting to look stupid. And I think that's the word she used. And if it is, it's the wrong word to use. She could use, it's the exact wrong word to use, the worst word to use. But I, for one, am just extremely driven to see what it looks like, because what I want to do, because I think I can set it up without it being too complicated. You know, you just work with numbers and copying and pasting and multiplying, and it becomes enough of a rote thing that it's actually possible. But what I want to do is, like, show the population. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I have icons because on my UN representing each number to show their population. Because I also have the icon that shows the population graph, and then one showing its size next to America, and an icon that can connect to Flickr. So, because I got it off of the UN, the CIA World Factbook page. So, shit, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I want to do a page where on the top it shows the population of the country with the icons, because I have an icon that shows 1,000,000, right? So the biggest country in the world, China, has what, 1.2 billion, so that's 1,200 millions. 1,220 pixel icons is, now I don't know how many you could fit across the screen because I didn't try it, but if I had to guess off the top of my head, at least 50, at least. You could do 50, no problem. So, I think. So that would be 1,200. That'd be 24 rows, which is like totally, like only covers like maybe the top third of the page. It would look like this. Not imposing at all. That's China, right? So you could scroll down the entire population of the world would fit almost in one page, right? So you already know from there what it looks like. And then because of the principle of the page of each person, you being able to see each person for that artsy visualization, you then link each one of those. And because you have them divided into the countries, just one country after the other, showing them in their own little, maybe even in the grids, you know. Yeah, you'd show the countries in the column, 5-column across, and then China would be represented in a big rectangle like that. But yeah, rectangle that would fit perfectly in there. Just fill up the whole page like that. Do every country and like that, and then you have them link to the individual, to its exact representative million in its country, and then you have a link on there to bring it back, and so you can see it in the countries, and then all the countries together, all scrunched down, and then when you scroll down, when you're scrolling and imagining that you can see, and you can barely see the individual, like if you. But the thing is, you can click on it and it takes you to Flickr. They all take you to Flickr, and then you click on it and then it brings up and you can see it with your eye. But if your eyes are good enough, and there's probably some people with good enough of eyes to see it, you can see them individually on the screen. Even when you resize it, you get the biggest one they have, the 10,000 pixel, and then you resize it to 1,600 pixel, 1,400 pixels across screen, which is what a 15-inch screen has. And do a screen capture of the 100 people in the middle, and then expand it up to take up the whole screen. You can count the individual people. They look like squares. Like if it was pixelated just a little bit less, you wouldn't, but you can specifically count them and see them, even when it's on the screen. So there you are. And then you scroll down, and you have all the people in the world on one page, organized in the countries, which I think is going to be a really good way to visualize, great visualization tool. And also just the top part, the menu as well. So that's what I'm going to do after this project. But of course, my mom freaked out. But I said, look, I could probably do it in 2 days. It's possible. I don't know. I mean, if I had to predict it now, yeah, I'd say 2 days. Not 1 day, possibly 3. I'd say 2 to 3 days. I'd say 80% chance I could get it done in 2 days, and then 20% chance it'd take 3 days, as soon as I start. If I start I start at the beginning of the day. So, anyways, next week we'll try that. I need to finish the stuff, all the fix it up things I'm doing here, but I don't think it'll take that much longer. That's when I dive into this next sucker. And then but yeah, maybe another week, because I have to fix all the icons. And then when I fix all the icons, I'm going to dump them all on the World Factbook page on my education page first. And then that's when I get started on the other page. So I'm excited, man. No, I am. I'm legit excited. I'm not freaked out like my mom, because now I'm picturing on my one page, my home page, under original ideas, I can add another thing, the entire population of the world on one page, and that's a cool ass thing, dude. Like, I think it's really cool. So, it's a little bit disconcerting that the only feedback I'm having from an entire planet of 8 billion people is one screaming banshee telling me that I need therapy, and they're going to get it for me. So I'm actually kind of thinking about, and I think she even said this herself. After I said, one of the first things she said to me after I just told her what I'm doing, she said she freaked out on me, and then she said something like, we need to not hang out anymore. We need to take a break from each other. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just not going to talk to her. Because she said, you're making me crazy, like 3 times. Like, she's literally there pulling her head out, screaming, telling me that I'm making her crazy because each new thing I do is even stupider than the thing before, according to her. Which is, obviously it's not. So that opens up a whole nother conversation that I have to have with her when we go walk around the block next time. I have to describe to her how making that education page, or that population page, getting everybody on one page, is not a stupid project, and then by the end of the walk, she'll be like, oh, I agree with you now. Okay, I get it. But, it's kind of barely sticking. And then by the time I come home, it falls away and she's back to herself again. But that's basically rinse and repeat. That's how you deal with a retarded 81-year-old. You just bombard them. You bombard them every day with just facts, and any emotional flare-up has to be theirs. If you feel like you're going to have an emotional flare-up, you have to just not go over there. But I think I might be getting there. I'm kind of at the end of my rope, because I'm really focused on these numbers. I don't need a screaming banshee. I call it pterodactyl attack, coming from the sky, screaming at you to bite you and kill you. I'm not interested in that. I think I'd prefer to just be at peace by myself and let the pterodactyl hunt for something else. So I'm gonna go to the store and get a drink right now, come back. Oh, my mom yesterday, because I can't find my goddamn wallet with $400 cash in it. And I can't even buy weed anyway, even if I could get cash. I can't even get cash. I don't have my driver's license. I don't have my money card. You need a driver's license. If I had another money card, but I don't have a driver's license to buy the weed. So I have to find my wallet. And to find my wallet, I need to just organize my entire house, because because Murphy's Law is like full effect with me all the time. I know for a fact that my wallet is going to be the exact last place that I look. So don't even look for it. Just clean the house, but make sure that you clean every single square inch of it so that you find the wallet. And if you don't find the wallet in the end of cleaning the house, then look for the wallet then. But at least you know where to look, and do another round of looking, but I know it's in here somewhere. So, and I think one of my shoes is still missing too. Like, my ferrets, dude, I don't know how they do it, but they're really good at hiding even shoes. Like, I can't even find those. And they'll hide multiple shoes. Like, I've gotten up and I can only find one shoe of like both my pairs of shoes. So that's actually the name ferret. That's what it means in Latin. The word for ferret in Latin is, well, I know the word for ferret in Spanish is huron, Huroon. So it's like uronayen or whatever, but in Latin, ferret means stinky little thief. Because they stink. I mean, stinky thief, because they stink and they're thieves. Stinky thief. Anyway, ooh, let's keep this under 20 minutes. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be happy with the progress and not making bonehead mistakes like somehow I did last night. Because I'm gonna have to go rebuild this for another 4 hours or something. Alrighty, talk to you tomorrow.